What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back with La Liga Gameweek 30 predictions, and this is a huge weekend in Spain. We've got title race clashes, European spots up for grabs, and some massive games near the bottom of the table as well. And in this video I run through all of my score predictions game by game with proper breakdowns from each match. And then after that I'll go through all of your community predictions in one section, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoy these prediction videos, make sure to drop a like, subscribe and comment your predictions below, and let's get straight into it. Rayo at home are always intense. They press high, they play with aggression, and they don't give visitors much time on the ball. Their problem this season has been finishing chances, but at Vallecano they usually find a way to score. And Elche are fighting for survival, and while they've shown resilience at times, away from home they concede far too many chances. So I think they'll score, but defensively they struggle to cope with Rayo's energy. Next up is Real Sociedad versus Levante. Real Sociedad are one of the most structured teams in La Liga. At home especially, they control games really well and rarely give opponents easy chances. Levante can be dangerous on the counter, but defensively they're far too open. And against a patient, disciplined side like Sociedad, that's a big issue. I expect Sociedad dominance and a fairly comfortable win. Now, Mallorca versus Real Madrid. Mallorca will try to slow the game down, sit deep and make this physical. But once Real Madrid score, the game completely changes. Madrid don't need to be at their absolute best to win games like this. Their quality in big moments usually tells. Mallorca don't offer enough attacking threat for me. Next is Betis versus Espanyol, one of the more entertaining fixtures on paper. And Betis at home play confident football and usually score goals. But they do leave space at the back, which keeps games close. Espanyol can punish mistakes, but they're far too inconsistent to trust away from home, so I think Betis outscore them in a tight game. Now for the standout fixture, Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona. Atletico are always tough at home, but this season they look vulnerable against top sides. Barcelona's ability to dominate possession could really frustrate them. So I think this is close, tense and physical, but Barcelona just edge it with their quality in the final third. Next up, Getafe versus Athletic Bilbao. And this has low scoring written all over it, doesn't it? Getafe will look to disrupt the rhythm, play direct and win second balls. Athletic are the better team technically, but they often struggle to break down defensive sides away from home. So I don't see many chances here. I'm just going to go bold, 0-0. Now, Valencia versus Celta Vigo. Valencia have been very solid at home and don't concede many goals. They're not spectacular going forward, but they're efficient. Celta tend to struggle away from home and often lack cutting edge, so this feels like a narrow Valencia win. And next is Real Oviedo versus Sevilla. Oviedo will be fired up at home, but Sevilla's experience usually shows in these kind of games. Even when Sevilla aren't brilliant, they know how to manage tight matches, so I can see them nicking this later on. Now, Alaves versus Osasuna. Both sides struggle for goals, but Alaves at home are tough to beat. Osasuna don't travel well and often lack creativity in attack, so I expect a scrappy, narrow home win. And finally, Girona versus Villarreal. And Girona play open attacking football, but that leaves them exposed. And Villarreal thrive in games like this, especially on the counter. So I think this is entertaining, but Villarreal's quality wins out. So I'm going to go Girona 1, Villarreal 2 to finish the predictions. All right, now let's get into what you guys predicted in the community polls. Rayo 40%, draw 20%, Elche 40%, Sociedad 67%, draw 0%, Levante 33%, Mallorca 0%, draw 9%, Real Madrid 91%, Betis 75%, draw 0%, Espanyol 25%, Atletico 71%, draw 6%, Barcelona 24%, Getafe 56%, draw 11%, and Athletic Bilbao 33%. Valencia 83% and draw 0%, and Celta Vigo 17%. Real Oviedo 40% and draw 0%, and Sevilla 60%. Alaves 67%, draw 0%, Osasuna 33%, and Girona 10%, draw 20%, and Osasuna and Villarreal 70%, sorry. So some really interesting differences there, especially in the Atletico versus Barcelona and Getafe versus Athletic Bilbao games. So that's it, my final La Liga Game Week 30 predictions, plus all of your community votes. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and let me know your biggest upset of the weekend in the comments. And I'll see you in the week for Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League quarterfinal first leg predictions before the Premier League starts again. So I'll see you there.